Good afternoon, Professor. I'm Dean Rimbos. This is for Module 2 Video Movement Response. And the video I chose to inspire my dance by this week was for the video on dances during apartheid. And I actually thought that was a really interesting video. And I've been interested in apartheid for a long time. For those who don't know, it was when South Africa, the blacks were being discriminated against. Even though they were the large majority, the white minority actually ruled the land back then, and they were trying to continue the rule. And so apartheid became a thing around like the 1900s, where it was basically just ways to discriminate against them by separating them from what whites could do and limiting like their health care and many other things that went along with that. But so the dance that came from that was Pantsula, and it's a dance I learned from the video, and I'll be using 3 movements from that and also 3 movements from like my own opinion, or not opinion, but like my own development on that sort of dance and that culture. So the Pantsula originated in South Africa. It's a very energetic and fast-paced type of dance. A lot of people actually say it's more of a lifestyle than it was a dance, where she spoke about in the video how the clothing and the music is not just the dance itself, but it goes along with that to create this culture that she was speaking on. The dancers actually usually wear the same thing to show that they are all one. And a lot of things that I've been a part of, like the wrestling team I've wrestled for and many other things, have shown that we're like all one together. And to me, that actually spoke out a lot and was something I was really interested in when I saw that. The dress code actually also reflects a lot of clothing that was worn in prisons, because during that time, many people who followed this type of Pantsula dance were actually arrested and thrown into jail because of that. Just showing even expression back then could have put them into jail just because of the color of their skin, which is very sad. When this dance was created, it was to give them a sense of freedom. That was something they didn't have back then. So this dance allowed them to be free and show all these movements that they couldn't reflect with their actual slavery and non-real freedom that they didn't have. So the Pantsula was actually also a male-dominated dance at first, but as years went by, it expanded to greatly to every gender. And as you could see in the video, she was actually part of a women's group that was doing that, which is very powerful. As it was shown in the video, a couple of the dances, the first ones I have, where it's just all very fast-paced and their movements with hands, legs, everything at the same time, just to show your body being free and things like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start with the dance between those 3 movements and the 3 movements I came up with that I thought followed the theme, and then I'm going to explain a little bit more into detail on like what the dance was, what it means to me, and how like a couple things can follow that. So I'm going to start my dance in a couple seconds. So that right there was made up of 6 movements, and 3 of those actually came from the video, and 3 were actually mine that followed a similar sense of what the video was like. And so the first one I actually saw, I think most of them came from her, but one of them did come from the music video she demonstrated and showed. But I liked how fast-paced they were. I saw them go around like this in the video, and I thought it was really cool. Like, I don't keep up as fast as they can because I'm still learning, but this is something they've done for years, so in their sense, it actually seems like really cool and fast, but I'm still working on that part. But I liked when she did that. And then this one was the most interesting one. I didn't really know how to do it, but like she jumped up and they like held their hands there. And for me, I just thought that was cool because it was like, whoa, like mid-dance, like you're jumping, you're flying, you're throwing your hands everywhere. And oh man, I'm out of breath from these dances. But I thought that was interesting. And I also liked a lot of things they did with their legs. Like where they were kicking out, they were here like that, which they also did much faster than I can. But I thought it was cool. It was like all these movements at once, like hands, arms, legs, body, everything. It was just so cool to see all that at once. And that was something I thought was cool. But then I started putting my own twist onto it when I started bringing out like this movement, because I also thought it was like where I'm using my legs and my arms at the same time. I'm showing off like some things they did similar. Like I saw one movement, he went like this. And so that's why I was like, why don't I go like this and just put a movement like that together? Where you can see it's like, okay, it's something similar, but it's also different that I didn't see them do it directly. And so then, and when I referred to him, I also meant one of the background dancers that were in some of the videos. I know the narrator was a woman, but the other ones when I was in the video too. And the one I liked where I put my hips and swirled like this, it actually reminded me a little bit of like a SpongeBob episode where you saw him doing it. He was showing Squidward how to like blow bubbles, like bring it around town. But I like that because it also seemed like the way like they were doing movements, it was like a lot of hips and arms, like a little bit like that. Like I saw them do a couple things similar, and to me, I just thought it was like, why don't I incorporate something I like into also what I thought they were doing. But yeah, overall, I was really impressed with the dances they showed, and I was like, I'm really like grateful to be able to do something like that. I also liked the message they were portraying with like what happened with apartheid and how they used dance to actually better their own lives instead of being stuck in this like this nasty area. But yeah, I was really happy with that. I think my dance came along pretty well. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much and have a nice day.